Yes, hello students, this is Patrick Kamala, a tutor and educator for mathematics and physical sciences, grades 10 to 12. Today we are starting our series of videos for the trials 2024, and this is video 1. Yes, question 1, paper 1. Okay, now our target is to do all the questions before you write your final examination. Okay, so study with us. Alright, question 1, algebra. Now, I can advise you to first do all the questions and then watch the video to mark yourself. So this is from MPUMALANGA question 1. You can try it out. So try out these questions first and then watch the video as you mark your work. Okay, try the questions out, then later mark the work as you watch the video. Okay, so we can start now. So this is question 1 for all the provinces available. Alright, question 1. Now to start with, we're starting from question 1, which is from MPUMALANGA. That's saying solve for x. That is 1.1.1.1. So they give us 2 minus x into x plus 3 equals to 0. Now, because of the 0, which you see here, we are going to use what we call as the zero product rule. And that case means that either one of the brackets equals to 0 or the other. So, mean that in this case, we are going to have that's 1.1.1, that is 1.1.1. Because we are equating to 0 here, it means either the first bracket, which is 2 minus x equals to 0, which gives us 2 equals to x, or the other bracket, that is x plus 3 equals to 0, which gives us what? Which gives us x equals to negative 3. Note that, however, if this was not 0, then I was going to first open brackets and then later form the quadratic equation and then either solve by factorizing or using the formula 1.1.2. Now in this case, this is the quadratic which you see here, but we must put it in standard form. So I'm going to say that that is 3x squared it minus 4x. Okay, then the 5 becomes a negative, so minus 5, okay, equals to 0. Now in this case, my a is 3, my b is negative 4, my c is negative 5. So I'm going to use x equals to minus b plus minus square root of b squared, okay, and minus 4ac divided by 2a. So here we won't substitute. Now from our standard form, our a is negative 4, so there's a negative which comes with the formula. We said negative, open bracket, negative 4, close bracket, that's plus or minus square root. Again, we're going to say negative 4 in bracket squared minus 4ac, whereby our a is 3, and then the c is negative 5. This is negative 5 here, then divided by 2a, where our a is what? Our a is 3. So if we put in the calculator, what do we get here? Anybody with a calculator, please help us out. I'll get one here. Check out with your calculators and tell us what you get. So what what do you get with your calculator there? If I check with my calculator here, I see I get my x as 2,12 all negative 0,79. We give our answer 2 decimal places, so I have x as 2,12 positive 2,12 all x equals to negative 0,79, negative 0,79. Hope we are together. Let us proceed. Next question here. Hope you can see it here. I'm going to clean off this. Okay. They say 1.1.3 square root of 5 minus x and then minus x equals to 1. Okay. Let's find out here. That is 1.1.3. Also from MPUMALANGA, paper 1, we have that is 1.1.3. We are solving square root. Okay, that is 5 minus x and then minus x here equals to 1. So in this case, before we move the square root, this negative x must come this side to become positive. So that we have square root of 5 minus x equals to 1 plus x. Now that we have the square root alone, we can square both sides. Square both sides. Even here, square both sides here. Now we are going to see that our square will cancel with the root sign here. So left with 5 minus x. Okay, equals to, now when you square this one here, you're going to get x squared, okay, plus 2x, and then plus 1 squared, which gives us 1. Okay, so in this case we are going to form the standard quadratic equation. Okay, so we are going to have x squared. Now the 2x, now this negative x becomes positive, so it makes what? It makes it 3x, because 2 plus 1 is 3, and then this positive 5 becomes a negative, so 1 minus 5 gives us minus 4. So in this case, if I can factorize this one here, I can see, okay, I can write it properly as x squared, okay, then plus 3x, and then minus 4 equals to 0. So in this case, my factors going to have x here, okay, equals to 0. So because this is negative 4, I must have opposite signs in brackets. That's a positive and a negative. Okay. Then the two numbers that multiply to give me negative 4, when you add to get positive 3, they're going to be positive 4 and a negative 1. So here, either, because of the 0 here, either the first bracket, that is x plus 4 equals to 0, which gives us x equals to negative 4, or x minus 1 is 0, which gives us x equals to 1. But however, in such questions, because we have the square root here, we need to first find out which of these two answers is correct. For example, if I put in positive 1 here, what is 5 minus 1? That is 4. Square root of 4 is 2. Then 2 minus 1, it gives me 1, which one I have here. So this one is correct here. Let me try negative 4. Now 5 minus 4, it gives me 9. Square root of 9 is 3. And then 3 minus 4 is 7. So this side we see it is 1. So it means this answer is not correct. So please always check to find out which of the two solutions does not apply. Hope we are together. Okay, let's continue. 1.1.4. Cleaning off this so we are together. 1.1.4, it is inequality. Now inequality is different from the equation because with inequality our solution is a set of values, and then with the equation our solution can be 1, can be 2, or 3. Let us find out here. Now in our inequality here we have x, open brackets, that's 1.1.4. We have 1.1.4. We have x, open brackets, x minus 5, okay, and then they say less than 0. Now we have to first get our critical values by equating to 0. So we are going to solve x into x minus 5 equals to 0 to get critical values. So from here we can see that our x equals to 0, also our x equals to 5. Now these are the critical values where our parabola is cut in the x-axis. So because of less than 0, it means that if I happen to draw my number line or my x-axis, this, okay, and then I draw because of the positive x squared here upon opening brackets, it means my shape will be like this, the parabola. Okay, now because I'm looking for less than 0, now note that the smallest critical value comes here, which in this case is the 0. Okay, then the largest 5 comes here. Okay, now note that this line here, the x-axis is also called y equals to 0. Then above it we call it y bigger than 0. Then below we call it y less than 0. If you look at our question, they said less than 0, which you see here. Now less than 0 lies in this portion below the x-axis. So on this number line, we mean this portion here. We mean this portion here. Now this portion which I have shaded, we're looking for the set of x values that satisfy this portion. You see they begin from 0, okay, that is less than x, and then up to 5. So because in our question we don't have less or equals to 0, we don't put equal signs here. So in other words, this is our final answer here. Hope we are together. Okay, let us proceed. Let us proceed. Next question here. They say solve for x and y simultaneously. Now we have got the first equation, that's negative 2y plus x equals to negative 1. And we also have x squared minus 7 minus y squared equals negative y. So to solve simultaneously, the one which is linear, we are going to first make x subject for the formula, then let us substitute in the one which is not linear. Okay, so here if you check what we have here on 1.2, we think that we have minus 2y, okay, minus 2y plus x, equals negative 1. So what do we do here? We are going to take the negative 2y this side, positive, so it's going to be x equals to positive 2y, then minus 1. Then the one which is non-linear, which is x squared minus y squared, okay, and then plus y, and then minus 7 equals to 0. Okay. Equals to 0 here. Now in this case, because my x equals to 2y minus 1, so this 2y minus 1 which you see here, I'm going to come here and put it wherever I have put x. So this was x squared, is going to become 2y minus 1 bracket squared, like it is. I'm going to say 2y minus 1 bracket squared, and then minus y squared, and then plus y, and then minus 7 equals to 0. Now in this case, I'm going to open brackets here. I'm going to get 4y squared minus 2ab, that means 2 times 2y times 1, which makes it to be minus 4y, okay, then plus b squared, which is going to be plus 1 squared, which is going to be plus 1, okay, and then minus y squared, okay, and then plus y, minus 7 equals to 0. I'm going to collect like terms now. So 4y squared minus y squared gives me 3. It's going to be 3y squared, okay. So then here I have negative 4y plus y makes it to be negative 3y, okay. Then 1 minus 7 makes it to be minus 6 equals to 0. Now this is a standard quadratic equation, so but because 3 is a common factor, I can divide through by 3 to get y squared, okay, minus y minus 2 equals to 0. Now here, I'm going to look for the factors again here, okay. Look for the two numbers, multiply, get negative 2. But when you add, get negative 1. So those numbers will have negative 2 and a positive 1. So from here, I can see because of the 0, and using the 0 product rule, I'm going to say that either y minus 2 is 0, which gives me y equals to 2, or y plus 1 is 0, which gives y equals negative 1. So in this case, that was x equals to 2y minus 1. So without x equals to 2y minus 1, but our y in this case is 2, okay, then minus 1. It gives x as what? It gives x as, now 2 times 2, that is 4, minus 1, which gives us 3. What about here? We're going to have our x equals to 2 times y, that's 2 times negative 1, okay, and then minus 1. Now 2 times negative 1, that's negative 2, then minus 1 makes it negative 3. So this is what we have here. So in other words, our answers, we have 3 is to 2, okay, 3 is to 2, and also negative 3 is to negative 1. Negative 3 is to negative 1. Hope you guys got it correct. Next question, 1.3. Let us clean off here. Now 1.3 says that what do we have? Let's say that prove that the roots of the following equation are non-real for all real values of a and b, such that a is not equal to 0 and b is not equal to 0. I repeat, let's prove that the roots of the following equation are non-real for all real values of a and b, where a is not equal to 0 and b is not equal to 0. Now, to prove non-real values, to prove the roots that are non-real, remember that in grade 11 we said that for the roots to be non-real, in the quadratic formula, our discriminant delta, okay, discriminant here delta, given by b squared minus 4ac, we say to get non-real, this one must be negative, must be less than 0. So we are going to use this equation here to find out if this condition is possible. So if this condition is possible, then the roots will be non-real. Okay, so in this case we have ax squared, a squared x squared, a squared x squared, okay, then plus abx plus abx, and then plus b squared, so plus b squared, then we have equals to 0. Now in this case, our b, a, and c from here, as you can see that our a is a squared, our b is ab, and our c is b squared. Let me circle them in red here. I think I better do so. So my a is a squared, okay. My b is ab, and my c is positive b squared. So to get my discriminant, which is b squared minus 4ac, I'm going to say that my discriminant, okay, equals to b squared minus 4ac. But as you can see, our b is what? Our b is ab. So I'm going to say ab bracket squared, okay, and then minus 4ab. The a is a squared, okay, and then what about our c? Our c is b squared, okay. Now in this case, I'm going to get, when I square ab, I'm going to get a squared, okay, a squared b squared, then minus 4a squared minus 4a squared b squared, okay. Now as you can see, guys, these are like terms which give us negative 3 squared b squared. That's our discriminant here. Now because of the squares here, whatever number we put for a and b, and then we square it, if it is a negative, squared will give us positive. So mean that the discriminant is going to be a positive value multiplied by negative 3. So in that case, the discriminant will always be less than 0, and hence the root c will be non-real. So that's how we show this. So this is negative 3a squared b squared, which is always negative, which is always what? Always negative, which is always negative, okay, forward for all a and b values, ne? Okay, so we are done. That is it there. Hope we are together. Next question. This was from LIMPOPO 2024 trial. Let's find it out now. Okay, solve for x again, solve for x, and then they say x squared minus 3x plus 2 equals to 0. Okay, so here we have x squared from LIMPOPO, that's 1.1.1, 1.1.1. We have x squared minus 3x, then plus 2 equals to 0. So this is quadratic, and fortunately we have got factors here. So we've got x, and then x here equals to 0. So we are going to put this to look for two numbers, multiply, you get positive 4, positive 2. When you add, you get negative 3. So negative 2 and negative 1, because negative 2 times negative 1 is positive 2, and negative 2 plus negative 1 is negative 3. So in this case, our answer, we have x equals to 2 and also x equals to 1. Next question. The moment they say solve and round off to decimal, it means we're going to use the quadratic formula, but you must rearrange it in a standard form. So it means that in this case, 1.1.2, we are going to have 3x squared, okay, 3x squared, and then the negative 6x becomes positive, so plus 6x, and then plus 2 equals to 0, okay. Now in this case, our a is 3, our b is 6, and our c is positive 2, so we're going to use x equals to minus b, okay, plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, okay. Yes, let's get our calculator here. So what do we have here? We have let's check it out here. Fraction. Now our b is 6, so we're going to say negative 6. Okay, negative 6 here, and then plus square root of b squared, it's going to be 6 squared here, okay, then minus 4ac minus 4. Our a is positive 3, about our c is positive 2, okay, then divide by 2a. Our a is 3, so 2 here. And what do we get? So our first answer, we have x equals to, replace sd here, negative 0.42, 0.42, and if I put a minus here, I'm going to have here with a minus, we're going to have what do we get here? We're going to get negative 1.577, 1.58. So those are the answers which we have. You have negative 1.58, negative 1.58. The border x was what? Was x equals to 0.422. Hope you remember that. It was what? 0.42. Okay. 0.4. Okay, that's our answers there. Then we have another one to solve here, 1.1.3. Hope we are together. I'm cleaning off the board now. Okay. All right. Solve this. That's 1.3. 2x minus 1 equals to 1 minus x bracket, cube square root. So in this case, I'm going to square both sides to remove my square root sign. Let's find out here. So you have here 2x minus 1, that's 1.1.3. 1.1.3. We have 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1 equals to 1 minus x under root. Okay. Now to remove the square root, we do what? We said we square both sides. Square this side, also square this side here. Now the square is to remove the square root. When you square this side, you're gonna get forward. That is 4x squared. Okay. Then minus 2ab, that's minus 2 times 2x times 1. It's minus 4x. Okay. then plus 1 squared, which makes it plus 1, equals to 1 minus x. Okay. Now in this case, what do we have here? We have before we're going to form the standard equation, quadratic. We're going to have here 4. Then the minus x becomes positive, né? So b minus 3x. Okay. What about this one here? Now the 1 minus 1 makes it's going to be 0, né? So equals to 0. Yeah. What is common in here? We have x is a common factor. Open brackets here. We have 4x minus 3 equals to 0, which gives x equals to 0. 0. We are going to have 4x minus 3 is 0, giving us what? Giving us x equals to 3/4. Okay. Okay, so we said we always check to see if we get the right answer. Ne? Now the question was 2x minus 1 equals to root 1 minus x. Ne? So if I take it to be 0, now 2 times 0 is just minus 1. And here, if I have 1 minus 0, that is going to be 1. Root of 1 is plus or minus 1. But I don't have the here I also have a negative 1. Okay. So negative 1 and then 1, that's not correct. Let's check with 3/4 here. Now 2 times 3/4, what do we get here? Let's check it out. 2 3/4, that's 0.7. Okay. And then we say minus 1 equals to square root. Here I have 1 minus 3/4, 0.75. Okay. I'm trying to see if I get the same answers here. So now 2 times 0.75, what do I get? And then minus 1. If I check here, I have 2 0.75 minus 1 gives me 1/2. So here I have 1/2. What about this side? If I have square root of 1 minus 0.75, it gives me 1/2. So now this answer is very correct, which means I'm gonna put not equal here, then I leave it like this because here I see the answers are correct. Next question here is another inequality. 1.1.4. Okay. Let's check it out here. Now in this case we have to solve the inequality again. If you check here, we have x plus 3. Okay, we have x plus 3, then multiplied by what? Multiplied by 3 minus x. Okay, then they are saying less than 0. Okay, now in this case we begin by getting our critical values, né? And so we're going to solve x plus 3 multiplied by 3 minus x and equating it to 0. So it gives us x equals to -3 and also x equals to +3 as the critical values. Okay, so from here we draw our number line again. Okay, draw our number line again here, and then when we do so, we're going to take the x squared. Now here we have x times -x squared. What do we get? If we say x multiplied by -x, it gives us what? -1x squared. Né? So because of this -1, the shape for this parabola would be like this now with the third face. Okay, so for this matter, we put our critical values now. The smallest is -3. Okay, then biggest is +3. Okay, now because we are saying here less than 0, we say this one is y equals to 0. Here we've got less than 0. When you're looking for this portion whereby the parabola is below the x-axis, so the x values which are shaded here, the ones which we are looking for. So as you can see from our number line, those x values, they're going to include all x values less than -3. That means it's going to be x less than -3, all x bigger than 3. So this is our answer here. Hope we are together. Then our last question for today, that is 1.2. When you go to this now, it says solve for x and y simultaneously. Okay. Now in this case, for LIMPOPO, that is 2x equals to y plus 2. That's our linear equation here. So we're going to say that we have y equals 2x minus 2. Y equals what? Y equals 2x minus 2. Y equals 2x minus 2. And we can say this is our equation 1 from the linear part. Now here we have y minus 2 equals x squared minus 3x. What do we have here? We have y minus 2 equals to x squared and then minus 3x. So we're going to substitute here. Now when we do so, let's check it out. Our y is 2x minus 2. So I'm going to put here what? 2x minus 2 here. Because my y is what? Is 2x minus 2. Then minus this 2 here equals to x squared. Okay. Minus 3x. Now I must form the standard form. Now x squared doesn't have any other like term this side, so I'm gonna say x squared. Okay. Now the 2x becomes a negative, so negative 3x minus x is minus 5x. Okay. And then the minus 2 minus 4 becomes positive 4 after 4. So it's going to be plus 4 here. After putting the equal sign, then equals to 0. So what are the factors here? I can see that because of the positive constant here, I'm going to have two brackets with the same sign. Which sign must be like the middle term minus here. So in this case, I'm going to have -4 and -1 here. So in that either my x minus 1 equals to 4, which gives x equals to 4, or x equals to 1. But don't forget this was simultaneous. So what about the y value? I'm going to use y equals to x minus 2. X minus 2. So but my x is 4. So 2 multiplied by 4. Then minus 2. So 2 times 4 is 8. Then minus 2, which gives me 6 here. So in other words, I've got 4 is to 6. So that's part of the solution. Then here, when my x is 1, I'm going to get my y as 2 times 1, okay, minus 2, which gives me what? What is 2 minus 2? It gives me 2 minus 2 gives me 0. So I'm going to have y equals to 0 here. Y equals to 0. So the coordinate becomes what? It becomes 1 is to 0. It becomes 1 is to 0. Hope we are together, guys. Alright. Yeah, I think we can stop here for now. So if you're done finishing up the questions, you can see me here at the college, or inbox me your solutions, then I give you the other answers. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Catch you again in our next video. Bye bye. Don't forget to finish up with the questions as below. Finish them up. In our video 2, we'll show you the solutions to this. Okay, remember that our target, before you do your finals, you should have all of these worked out in your book. Thank you so much for watching.